evening. My name is Eric Haynie, and I am one of your 6 elected city councilors here in the city of Hood River. The 6 councilors, along with the mayor, meet here at City Hall twice a month, second and fourth Monday of each month. We start at 6 o'clock, and the purpose of this little video is just to give a little debrief on what tonight's meeting. Tonight is Monday, September 12th, 2022, and as I record this, it's looking at the clock, it's almost 9:30 in the evening. We've had a long 3-hour meeting, but the concept here is just to have a councilor, and we draw straws every week, and I drew the short straw tonight to just give a little debrief on the highlights from the meeting. So I'll try to just summarize here 3 hours of municipal government meeting for you folks tonight. And I think there was really 4 main items. The first is, as a panel, we, along with some members of the Port, which is a separate body here in town, evaluated the possibility of hiring a consultant to assist us with respect to the idea of a urban renewal district on the west side of town. Our west side, relatively speaking, is the least developed, and the thought is if we can put together what's called a tax increment finance package known as an urban renewal district, we might be able to strategically spend special allocated tax dollars for the maximum benefit of the community and that development out on the west side. And there's a lot of warmth on council for this general concept, and so we authorized city staff to go ahead and engage a consultant so we can evaluate feasibility and actual structure for what that might look like in the coming months. Second thing that happened is we received a actually very detailed report from the Oregon Health Authority, OHA, which is a term you probably heard a lot through COVID. But the topic wasn't COVID. Rather, it was psilocybin, which is a concept that was passed through a ballot measure. It passed in River County, it passed in the state. Ballot measure 109, I think that was from 2020. And the basic idea, according to this ballot measure, which passed, was to authorize municipalities, to have some experimental use of psilocybin, which is sort of an alternative mental health concept that would operate outside of standard medical institutions. The concept is to sort of have Oregon be a bit of an experimental area to try this sort of alternative medicine for purposes of helping people, mostly in connection with mental health. And the local municipalities, including Hood River, are relevant to this because under the actual ballot measure that passed, the city has some opportunity to either potentially ban it altogether, to pass special rules to sort of regulate it specially, or alternatively to follow some, I'll use the term default rules that OHA would develop with its body of knowledge and expertise. And the majority will of the council has elected for that third option. So we heard today from a representative of OHA talking about the things that they're going to be doing to develop their special set of rules to, among other things, keep these types of facilities within, or not within 1,000 feet away, 1,000 feet away or more from schools, to have them be in commercial, not residential zones, and a number of other things. If you're more interested in this topic, feel free to email me. There's also in the packet, which is available online, a very detailed report from OHA. But we had this detailed report from OHA on psilocybin and kind of the coming phase in Oregon with respect to that, flowing from a ballot measure. Third thing is we considered 2 new ordinances that are part of the city's general policy to try to make progress on affordable housing in Hood River. So the first thing that we considered and actually took a step to adopt is to sort of close a loophole relative to certain types of kind of corporate-owned STRs, short-term rentals in Hood River. There had been previously, till tonight, an opportunity for, say, a corporation to come in and buy up multiple units and have what the equivalent is of a hotel through the guise of an STR. And there's a lot of complicated public policy choices bound up with this, but the concept was to try to close that loophole by just having sort of a one owner, one STR concept inside of the city of Hood River's commercial zone. So that passed tonight. We're going to place a little more restrictions on kind of multi-unit, single-owner STRs. The second thing we considered is actually a tax exemption for nonprofits that are going to build affordable housing within the city of Hood River. And there's some complications there. We didn't actually pass that. We had a number of questions, but that's on the path to passing, but essentially a way of providing local tax breaks to nonprofits who might choose to build affordable housing within the city limits. And then the fourth and final thing we did is something that's been on council's radar for a number of years, is trying to advance the stoplight, a new stoplight at Grand and Cascade. That's sort of down by Walmart. It's a troubled intersection because the line of the streets don't quite line up. We have a lot of queuing there. We hear from the community that we need to do something about that. We're really trying to make that traffic signal a reality due to inflation and some new numbers from ODOT, which is a very critical institution for this, this development. The new signal, the price tag has gone up, and I think I can say with some reluctance, council has decided to increase the funding for that because we just put too much into it at this point to let it go. So your council is continuing to work on the new signal at Cascade and Grand. So those are just the four things. If you would like to be part of our deliberations, we're very much welcome public comment. The second Monday, the fourth Monday of every week, 6 o'clock, you have 3 minutes to tell us whatever is on your mind. And we're here to serve the public of the Hood River City Council. Thank you.